So let's just recap. So what Dr. Dennis is talking about is that we have our olfactory bulb, which is our very oldest, actually, smelling sense and nerve in the body that is directly connected through the olfactory nerve into the brain, and it goes right by the pituitary gland. Dr. Dennis, perhaps you could point out where the pituitary gland sits.
On this slide, this is the sphenoid sinus, and the pituitary is right here. So it's part of the brain.
Yeah.
And it's got Candida receptors in the pituitary gland. So a large percentage of these patients get pituitary damage and therefore hormone dysfunction of the thyroid, cortisol, and human growth hormone. And if you don't fix that, especially growth hormone, you can't mount an immune response because you can't make new cells. And the IGF-1 is a measurement of the growth hormone in humans. And that number in the lab is not accurate to say that just because you're in normal range doesn't mean your growth hormone is okay. Because over a half, 53% of the people with, quote, normal IGF-1s cannot make growth hormone and have to have injectable.
So
that's
again,
huge.
So what Dr. Dennis is really saying here is that the part of the brain that's called the pituitary gland, which really controls all of our hormonal functions, is actually attached to the hypothalamus, can be directly affected by chronic inflammation in the sinuses. And that's why we see so many hormonal disturbances and hormonal disruptions, both in women and in men with chronic toxic mold exposure.